want to be someone that can speak multiple languages, by trying to learn another language, you ultimately you just become that person anyway.
Yep.
And you assign with the values that come with that sort of person, which is hardworking, disciplined, motivated. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so we talk about growth making us feel alone because we lose our old circles. But is that loneliness actually a form of forced rest that our nervous system needs because we've been running too fast for too long? So purely speaking about the nervous system now, is that loneliness a form of forced rest after we clear out the old clutter, move on from old circles, and that forced rest is our nervous system requiring that because we've been running too fast for too long?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, you turn on the afterburners at some point. You've got to. But I don't know if I'm probably the best person to speak in this situation because I run myself until I burn out.
Yeah, I suppose. So, like, here you can have $1 million vision, but if you have $100 nervous system, you're going to blow a fuse. So your ambition is the accelerator. Your long-term goals, your self-development goals, your business goals, that's the accelerator. But your body, your nervous system, that's the engine. That's what's going to get you there.
Yeah.
So your nervous system sets the pace, not your ambition. That's what we're going to be talking about here, which is your nervous system setting the pace, not your ambition. So do you ever feel like you're screaming at yourself, just do it, but your body is glued to the sofa?
That is every second of every day.
That was a good question for you then. Let's go. Get into it.
Like, it's horrible because I can't sit down. I can't do nothing because in the back of my head, it's like, well, somebody else is working harder than you right now. I was like, but I've worked for 18 hours. I must rest. And then everybody's like, no rest. You must continue to work. And then I go and do some more work. And then it's worse than that. It's not just do it. It's somebody else is working harder than you now. Like, you're not working that hard. You're only doing like one video. Somebody else has already made 4 today. Like, what are you doing? What about the different time zones? They're waking up. Like, they're going at it. Like,
Do you think in that craziness and that thought pattern, you're actually allowing yourself the deep rest that your body needs?
no, this is why I burn out. But I have no alternative.
So what does burnout feel like for you? Because I wonder if there's other people that can associate with your description of burnout.
6 to 18 hours of lying down in bed watching telly and scrolling social media.
Do you have any motivation to do anything at that point?
Nope.
Do you want to eat food at that point?
Nope.
Do you want to get out of bed and see sunlight?
Nope.
Do you want to interact with other humans?
Nope.
So burnout.
Oh, maybe I do. Maybe I do like to interact with people because I can find that as soon as I interact with like my grandparents, for example, go out for a coffee, that usually resets me and I come home and I work.
So human interaction
Is a good
fix for burnout.
With people you don't feel like you have to impress. With people who accept you.
Why do you think that is important?
Because it doesn't zap your social battery. If you feel like you've got to put on a facade or talk a certain way or act a certain way or do certain things, then you're not deeply relaxing and you're not just enjoying it for what it is. If you've got family access, like,
so you need to be present, is what you're suggesting.
I suppose I am.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you've had an impact on me, haven't you?
Well, no, this is what you've said. You've just never put a label on it and realised what you're actually doing is actually extremely holistic and a bit hippie. It's just you don't like to admit it.
No, I'm such a hippie. I own a whole poncho.
I don't even own a poncho.
Yeah, I'm on it. I don't own the sandals, but you can probably make up that gap.
I own Birkenstocks. Yeah, I love my Birks. They're the best things in the world. That's what I'm going to be wearing for the next 6 months when I'm in Asia. Can't wait. Yeah, so what we're suggesting here is the nervous system sets the pace. So you can only run as fast as your nervous system allows. And if you're running on a fried nervous system, a dysregulated nervous system, you're not going to be able to take that body of work, that self-development very far. and it's likely going to put you in a state of freeze or a state of like burnout, exhaustion, fatigue. But I suppose the issue is we often label, like you've done, that freeze, that burnout as laziness, which is in turn damaging. We've spoken about already judging, like meta emotions, judging the emotion you're feeling. So if you're feeling, sad, but then you start feeling bad about feeling sad, that's just going to amplify the issue.
Then you feel anxiety about the fact you're feeling bad about the fact that you're feeling sad.
So it's very similar in regards to freeze states being labeled as laziness. It's like a big lie, because really that functional freeze occurs when the nervous system perceives a threat or excessive stress. So instead of mobilizing the body into like fight or flight, the body's going to shut down and conserve energy or hide from the danger or the stress that it's receiving. So it's going to result into similar things you've said, which is brain fog, physical heaviness, and inability or lack of desire to move. When in really, defining laziness as a lack of willpower or interest, modern psychology suggests what looks like laziness is often burnout.
Yep. And the thing is, there's no place for burnout in the working world, where you have a boss, for example, who's like, no, you need to turn up 9 o'clock and you're not allowed to leave until 5:30. I'll give you a half an hour lunch. Like, if you're burnt out, that company actively loses money by having you on the premises, because you're going to make mistakes. So 2 people are going to have to do the one person's job. Like, it's so difficult to justify and acknowledge the importance of. Yeah, it's a very interesting one. I don't really know what the solution is.
Well, I think we'll probably get that, but maybe not get there, but we'll discuss maybe coping mechanisms and tools for it. But a dysregulated nervous system is maybe not very common, but it's damaging, and maybe it's something people need to be aware of, whether it's actually happening to them, because there's a lot of signs, emotional, psychological, physical, cognitive, behavioral signs that can help sort of point out towards a dysregulated nervous system. So an emotional one would be like anxiety or fear, mood swings, or complete shutdown, withdrawal, feeling disconnected. Physical signs can be like sleep issues, digestive problems, fatigue. One that I think is really cool is sensory sensitivity as well. So heightened reaction to like sound, light, which is mental. Cognitive signs, so difficulty concentrating, mental fatigue, cognitive overload, which I think are the ones we can easily tangibly put names on. When someone feels dysregulated, it's easy to put it in your brain and go, I just can't concentrate at the moment. But all these other ones, behavioral impulsivity, withdrawal, these are just subtle signs that the body's going to be dysregulated. Is there any there that you notice in yourself? You don't have to share, but for me, when I know my nervous system is dysregulated, it's mood swings and shutdown. When I'm at a total place of dysregulation, my body will just shut me down. Any there that you were attached to?
The lack of concentration.
Mm-hmm.
I know you said a few others, but I wasn't concentrating.
No, good. So without the self-regulation, your motivation is just going to turn into self-pressure.
Yeah, for sure. And like the mood swings as well is like one for me. Like I was so snappy at Sophie yesterday. I don't know how she didn't punch me. I'm just stressed. I've got so much to do. I'm stressed. I'm in a heightened state of like living, and therefore mood swings are more. I can't concentrate because I'm thinking about 4,000 things rather than just the one thing I'm doing. Like what were some of the other ones on there? There was quite a few. Hypersensitivity to like sounds and whatever. Yeah, it just drives me insane. Just, again, winds me up, puts me in a different mood.
So I suppose for you, it's the irritability. Dysregulation for you maybe comes at a cost of your productivity.
Yeah, 1,000%, which is the worst.
But then I think you just amplify it because you're feeling dysregulated. You don't take the 5 minutes that you might need in that moment. you try and push through, which, don't get me wrong, there are times to put your head down and work. Absolutely. There's times where you have to, I think I said this in the last episode, there's times sometimes where you have to just put what you're dealing with to the side ever so slightly. There's other times where you have simply 5 minutes. You can just do some breathing and you're fine. I want to share a personal story on this. I know we try and sometimes avoid complete personal sharing, but I took medication for anxiety for years and I was on beta blockers to help my breathing.